Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is Ingrid Kerzinger, and I am doing live readings today. So, if you are tuning in, feel free to ask a question, and I will see about getting an answer for you. I'm going to pull tarot cards as well today, so we are going to see what we can see about this week. I am using the Doreen Virtue Fairy deck. I really like this one. The pictures are pretty, of course, that's always a big plus. But also, each card has already something on it, like a little description. So it's really easy to just kind of see what the card means without, if you don't have a lot of knowledge about tarot, you can easily see when you pull the card what it's all about. So let's start with pulling a card for this week. Just kind of pulling something random here. Make sure everybody can see me on here. So the card of the week is Five of Winter. Walk away from dishonest associates, realizing that what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness. Something that's not worth the effort. So what I get from this is just make sure that you have the right support system around you right now. Make sure that you have those that are really there to support you and that are honest with you. A lot of times we get caught up with people who like us or surround ourselves with not friends but fans, people that just make you feel good about yourself but are really there to, like energy vampires or people who really just want to, enjoy your energy. Especially empaths have that problem where people are very attracted to them, but mainly because they want something from them. So be sure that your friend group is who you really need and want in your life, people that you can trust and that will support you and who you are right now. All right. I am going to pull another card, and this card is for, I think, what a lot of people are wondering about, the coronavirus and what is going on with that. So this card is just going to give us a little insight into this month and, what we can expect. So for the coronavirus, I pulled the Empress card. Time to take action. The power of creativity, success that allows for a life of luxury. I think I've said this before. I'll say it again. I think it's really important that we take this time. Many of us, especially those intuitive, really felt this, long time coming, this epidemic in one form or another, and it was going to happen. And what it's doing right now is making a global shift, a change for all of us, especially the light workers can feel it and are riding that wonderful energy wave. But it's really about understanding what to do with this time, starting to do some inner work. We're starting to focus on what makes us truly happy or what we really need right now in our lives, and reevaluating our goals, the goals that we had, and perhaps coming up with a dream board and creating new goals. So it's really important for you to think about who you are and what you want right now. If you've been fired from your job, collecting unemployment during the virus, or if you're not able to work as much as you were, or maybe things are still semi-normal for you, whatever the case may be, you may have an opportunity right now to start finding something that you're passionate about, whether it be something creative and fun and with music or art or writing a book. I mean, there's things that maybe you need to do right now to reinvent yourself, even if it's on the side as a hobby. Right now is the time to do that. So take some time to find out who you are and what you love. And that is what that card is all about, the Empress, and to become that emperor or empress that you are meant to be, because you are having an opportunity to look at that now. All right. Hi, everybody that's on. Diana, hello. How are you? Can my guides identify themselves? Who are these helpers? All right. Let me tune in, Diana, and see if I can get your guides to come forth. So I see two of them that are working with you right now. One of them is, I heard the name Bastian or Sebastian. He's this little guy over here, and he looks like the turn of the century, kind of like late 1800s, that worked in like a textile plant or something. I felt like he worked with textiles. He's very handy, fixes things. He's got like the pencil behind the ear, and he's always busy and always moving. And I feel like he's the that part of you. He definitely is that part of you that's like a fixer and that is creative and is always moving and always doing something. It has to keep busy. So I see that that was a past life of yours in the late 1800s, and he was somebody who it feels like was a busybody and a worker that you very much identify with in this life as well. And he is here to help you with what you do and what you need to do in your life. So you can call upon him to help you with many things, like being able to solve a problem that, it could be any kind of problem, but could have to do with creative problems, that he's there to help fix it. He's also someone who gets things done. So when you feel like you're overwhelmed or multitasking or have a lot to do, call upon him to step in and help everything just beautifully fall into place. I feel like he kind of does that already for you, but be sure that you do ask for his help when you can. The other one was a female, and she feels more like an angel than the spirit guide. So I feel like she has more of this nurturing, kind of a Mother Teresa look about her. She looks like she was a nun, but one of those nuns like in Europe that had kind of a strange hat and like wardrobe. But she is someone who is very in tune and does a lot of healing work. So I feel like she is someone who does healing through you, and it may be in anything that you do, in the work that you do, that you are a healer and bring this healing to others. And she is someone you can call upon when you need healing, or if you specifically want to heal someone in particular, you can ask for her guidance and ask her to work through you and work through your hands, maybe a project you're doing, to put that healing energy into it. So be sure that you utilize these two. They're the ones working with you the closest right now. That's why they're right in the forefront. I also see kind of a team of angels behind you, which just tells me that you're very connected to the angelic realm, one of the earth angels, but they're a little further back. And when I see angels farther away from someone, that usually means that you're trying to do everything yourself, trying to control, life and things that you're doing. And they're just kind of sitting there like employees with nothing to do. So make sure that you call them in and tell them to give you more work, give you more, whatever it is, abundance that you need in your life, because they are all there for you to support you. And that's pretty big. It's like you're the star of the show, and you need, the producer and the director, and you need all these people to make it all happen. So allow them to do that, and don't take it all on yourself. Though I have no doubt you probably could do everything yourself. It's so much easier when you allow the angels to do it for you and with you. So hopefully that helped. These two, I hear like Maria for her, Sebastian for him. So just call on them whenever you need to and see how they can help you in your life on a daily basis. One thing I suggest when it comes to spirit guides, angels, to make sure that you have something that represents them. It could be a stone, and say, hey, this crystal is for this, for my angel. And when you keep those, it's kind of like it's constantly reminding you that they're there and that they're available and that you can talk to them or use their energy for whatever it is you want to do. But have some kind of representation, or even draw it if you can, something that feels like who they are. But thank you so much for coming on today. All right. Hello, everybody that's joined. Let's see. We have another question. Ashton, how are you today? Tell you about your spirit guide. All right. Let me just tune in and see who I can see for you. So, Ashton, the first thing I saw was actually this Komodo dragon, those really big, long dragon lizards, kind of like a grayish, greenish, brown. I don't even know what that color is, but I see him kind of around you and kind of walking around, and I feel like he's representative of your personality to adapt, to blend in, kind of laid back, but also a creature that people wouldn't necessarily mess with, that's why he's so laid back, because he's got this very strong energy, very, he's his own guardian. And I feel like he's someone that's like a spirit guide to you, but it's more of a spirit animal. I feel like you may connect more with animals and have a harder time connecting with people, and that may be being an empath, being someone who is more overwhelmed by people and their needs. And animals are very simple, and they don't need as much, and they tend to fulfill us and give us so much without asking for much in return. I feel like animals are a great way for you to recharge. I don't know if you have a lot of animals now, but they are great to have around you. Be sure you're drinking a lot of water, guys. Keep hydrated. All right, let me see if there's another spirit guide that comes through. So I'm seeing someone here for you on your right side, and I know what it's from a tribe. I think they're called the Zulu, because I lived in Africa when I was young, and I remember my dad talking about the Zulu tribe. But they're a very tall, skinny African tribe, and they, I think they're known for this jumping thing that they do. I don't know a whole lot about them, but he is who is right there. He's got kind of jewelry, but it's, made of wood and things like that. But he is someone who is very active, very few words, but he is someone who is always just doing what needs to be done. And I feel like there's also an inner peace, a calmness that he has, just like that Komodo dragon. So I feel like there's definitely someone with you that kind of keeps this peace, and others I think really respond well to that or feel that calmness. The other thing about him is he is very loyal and has a lot to do with family and friendship, and really having great priorities and knowing his priorities. So I feel like family is really important to you, and that if somebody, you'll take care of somebody, if they're, you trust them and they trust you, that it's somebody that you really care about, you're going to be there for them and be loyal to them, and do what needs to be done, and would travel many miles just to be there for them. So that's kind of representative of him. I see this name, but it's like a long name, and it's the short version is like NAK, knock, and it's like kind of a clicking sound, the name itself, but knock is the name that he said, you know, he can go by. But you can call upon him when you have to call upon more strength, when you need to do something that seems like it's going to take a lot of effort, either emotionally or physically. He is there to, he's steadfast, and he will help you go that distance and get something done that needs to be done. But he's the only one I see besides the Komodo dragon right now. I think the two of them are working with you very closely. So I hope that helped. Trying to click on this here. I'm glad, Diana, that was a breath of fresh air as I can try to visualize these entities. I'm so glad. And Ashton, that makes sense. Awesome. All right, guys, I'm glad that I can help today. It's really nice to be on. I am on every Tuesday. And yeah, I've had some allergy issues, but for the most part, I've been doing great, been keeping busy. So I hope you all are too. I hope you're all able to work or finding new projects, because this is a great time for that. So I'm gonna pull another card. Again, this is from the Doreen Virtue Fairy deck. I was thinking about making my own set of tarot cards at some point with my daughter who does artwork. I think that would be a lot of fun. Comment below if you think, yes, I should do that. So I'm going to pull this card with the intention of what it is that we can do right now in our lives in general to contribute to the solution, whether it be globally, have to do with the pandemic, or in our own little bubble, our own lives, what we can do, the next step we can do to contribute to the solution. That is always a great mantra. How can I contribute to the solution? Invoke those wonderful ideas and bring that energy through whenever possible. How can I contribute to the solution, or how can I be of service to humanity or those around me right now? Those are the mantras that you should have, asking how to be of service and allow yourself to be utilized, because you will find so much peace in that. So much peace in doing what really feels right and what needs to be done, as opposed to just coming up with some idea and hoping, oh, I hope this works. But instead, just be of service. Be of service to the universe. All right, so, okay, this is making me laugh a little bit. I did say, how can we contribute to the solution with the pandemic? And it says the Hermit. Hey, stay at home. That's handy. I think we knew that, but okay. Reaffirmation is always good. The Hermit. Find or be a mentor. Take a break from society. A commitment to your spiritual growth. So I was just talking about this earlier. Not just staying at home, but so many people now are going live on Facebook, on Zoom, doing classes, finding, hey, I know how to teach something, and so they're getting involved in the community and doing it in a way that they've maybe never done it before, because hey, we're stuck at home and this is the way to do it now. And you can reach so many more people. I've done classes, in Houston area for so long, and it's just great to have the ability to reach globally. So that's one thing I love about technology these days, is being able to reach a global audience. So what we can do right now, we can stay at home and mentorship, because I do feel like the most important thing for all of us, for our mental and emotional, spiritual well-being, and it can be our physical as well, is being of service, is helping others. They say people live longer when they have a pet or they have something they're taking care of. Because as long as you feel like you're of service and that you are useful and that your talents, your skills are being utilized, then you feel like there's a reason for all of this. There's a reason for you to keep going or getting up in the morning. So make sure that you are doing something that matters to you, that feels like you are contributing to the solution, that you are part of society and this global solution, so that you can continue to feed your soul. It's important to be of service. Absolutely do the tarot. Oh, thank you. I think her art's pretty awesome too. Thank you guys for that. All right, Gloria, you have a question. It's good to see you. It's been years since I've seen you in class, so it's nice you're able to just get on here and see me. Will the company I work for close because of financial reasons? All right, let me take a look at that for you. All right, so what I'm seeing is kind of a complicated answer to that. I feel like they're going to have to restructure because of this. I don't think it's the end of them. I don't think it's a close for good kind of thing. But I do feel like they may minimize what they're doing right now, or even have a temporary closure. But I feel like it's more they're going to restructure. And also in the future, I feel like they may kind of change a little bit the way they're doing things. But right now they may, I don't know if they're laying off people, but I feel like they may minimize so that they can keep their costs down. But it is temporary, and I do feel like this epidemic, everything is going to start going away soon. I think by midsummer you're going to see everything almost back to normal, but there will be a lot of changes slowly. So I don't think that the problem is going to be for too long if it does happen, Gloria. Make sure you hydrate. I love water. I specifically love ice water. They say you should have lukewarm water, but honestly, I don't like the taste of water, and one reason is I know there's stuff in it. We have fluoride in the water here, even though we still have ways to clean it. It's still, there's a lot of things that we have done to our water that's, I don't want to say irreversible, but there are definitely tastes in there that I know are not natural. I grew up in Mount Shasta area. I would go swim in the stream all the time, and I would drink the water, the fresh water from the stream, and I'll tell you, there's nothing that tastes like that. That tastes like real water. That tastes like how water should taste. And when you grow up drinking that, you know everything else is like, this isn't right. This tastes like I'm drinking licking a coin, or whatever the case may be. But when it's freezing cold water with ice in it, then it tastes better to me. So whatever gets me to drink it, I say. All right, Malika, how are you today? Can you tell me more about my past lives? Sure. So let me tune into that and see if I can get a past life for you. That usually what I do is set an intent to see what may be relevant to you right now. Let me take a look at that. Okay, so I can see why this might be relevant. Excuse me, a lot of energy running through me right now. I feel like there's some healing that's taking place for you in this reading. One thing that I was seeing was you outside what looks kind of like, a lot of land with a small cottage house. And you have one of those washboards and you're washing clothes on it, and kind of in the big dress, I guess 1800s kind of style. and you're just out there kind of squatting, washing it in this big bucket, and there's kids running around, but it feels like there's other people, like a small community. So there's a few women kind of talking to each other and doing some chores, making bread and things like that. So I feel like it's everything you have to do yourself. And I feel like that's kind of relevant maybe to this time right now. But I also feel like that's something that you really miss. That lifetime was about community, and you had community, you had people around you, you were taking care of each other's children, you were always able to talk to someone, have other, that sisterhood, and everyone just did their part. Everybody knew what was expected of them. And I think you kind of miss that, especially in this lifetime, in this day and age right now. I think a lot of people don't know, don't have defined roles or know what's expected of them. So we tend to just kind of be a little chaotic in the way that we live our lives, and especially in relationships. I think it's really about getting your footing and finding out what your place is in society, in your family, in a relationship. And it was so easy and just defined back then. So I think that you kind of miss those aspects of that. But it looks like, though it was a lot of hard work, you were very fulfilled in that life. And you felt like you were serving others and had a greater purpose. Though you complained a lot, especially with, it was like 10 kids or something. So I think in this lifetime you were thinking maybe not have kids, or have like only a few, like keep it down a bit and have more of your own time. So I think that was a good lifetime for you. All right. All right, Gloria, they did. Okay, they cut your hours. Yeah, I feel like things are going to be temporary with that, so I wouldn't worry too much. But I know it's hard. It's hard right now for everybody with the uncertainty and struggling financially. Hopefully, this will be over quicker than even than I see. So, all right, Diana, your question, um, it says your 17-year-old gran. Not sure what her current state is. Any insights? What can I do or be her friend? Okay, so I'm guessing your granddaughter, 17-year-old granddaughter. You're welcome, Malika. Hope that was helpful. I think it's important for you to just find community again. Make sure that you kind of recreate that for yourself, so that you can have that same feeling of community and support. Make sure you find people, surround yourself with people that have common interests, that you all, can trust each other and rely on each other. All right, Diana. Yeah, your granddaughter. Okay, let me tune in to her. I just feel like she struggles emotionally. She struggles, and she's also very resilient. She definitely is an empath and needs guidance on that. And I would suggest, the very basic thing for her, I would suggest for her to take a Reiki course, for her to learn about healing modalities, Reiki or any healing modality. There's a lot of different types, but basically learn about energy, how to use energy, and what that does is creates self-confidence. It creates most people walk around in the defensive, and it puts you on the offensive. It helps you be proactive with your energy, and shows you there is something you can do. A lot of empaths, we tend to want to help, and we don't know how, or we just don't feel like we have the tools to help. What's wonderful about healing and learning about energy is you suddenly have this amazing tool that can be used anytime, anywhere, and it's effective. You actually see it work. You see it help people, and you feel charged up and helped by it. So empaths, it can change your whole life for an empath to learn a healing modality. I always suggest in psychic development to start with that. We always do healing exercises, energy exercises in my classes, but it's something everyone should explore. So if you can get her to do that, or ask her to help her get into something like that, that would be of great service to her. The other thing you can do is send healing to her, just get a crystal or stone and make it represent her, and then send your healing, hold it in meditation, send healing to her, and just all that wonderful energy, wonderful vibes. And you can even ask her about it. Like, did you feel that? Did you feel that great energy I'm sending? And did you enjoy that? And I can show you how to do it, or do you want to take a class? Just anything you can to just help her get into it and find that peace and balance. Because empaths, they all struggle. Sometimes there's a bipolar, schizophrenia. There's all kinds of things that an empath can get diagnosed with. But the fact is, until an empath has the right tools in their toolbox, they're going to suffer. And when you have those tools, you're empowered, and you turn that into a gift. You turn the suffering into a gift. You take those, all that crap you've been giving, and you turn those into tools to use for the future. So sometimes all it takes is for an empath to have someone tell them that's what they are, and this is how they can move forward. And it usually makes a lot of sense to them, and they're very thankful, and it works. So thank you for tuning in today. All right, we'll do one more question. Pamela, can you tell me about why Sanjeev Kumar ghosted me? Do you ever see him coming back and talking to me? All right, let me tune into him. So the first thing I felt from that was that he was, I want to use the word immature, but there's definitely something about him where he does not know what he wants, and he kind of plays games, but he doesn't mean to. He just really doesn't know what he wants, and he is not going to be able to give you what you want. And I feel like it's best to just kind of let him go. Whatever it is that you're seeking, you'll find it, but not with him. And if he does come back, he will just waste your time some more. So please don't let him back into your being, into your life, because he will continue to do this to you. And I know that it's some kind of deeper seated issue for both of you that you're playing out, but it's not necessary. If you're learning things from it, great, but just to know consciously that he is simply not that into you. And I think he just enjoys the attention that he gets, and when he doesn't feel like it, he kind of disappears. So just let him go if you can. You're going to find exactly what you're looking for in a while, not yet, but just hold out for the right person to give that attention to, because you have a lot of love to give, and you don't need to waste it on someone who doesn't really value what you have. All right, everybody, I am going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much. And also, if you want, go to my website, readingsbyingrid.com. There's a lot of information on there. I mean, just stuff from my book, things that you can read about, different topics, spirit guides, angels, anything you want to know. I have a whole bunch of articles on my readingsbyingrid.com page. So just go get some more information, read things, learn more, and it's all available there. And on my YouTube as well, I have lots of great videos for psychic development that are free and easy to access. But if you want one-on-one with me, let me know. That is also available on readingsbyingrid.com. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you so much for coming on and asking questions. And I do want you to have a wonderful week. And remember to dance, to play, to create something new, some new projects. And hey, maybe just show them to me next week when you come on. Tell me about what you've been doing and what you've created, because I'd love to hear about it. I love you all. Thank you so much. Stay home and stay safe, and we will all be out again soon. Bye for now, guys. Thank you, and namaste.